Welcome back guys to another one of the analysis videos. Today I'm going to be doing one of the craziest matches that I've seen so far. It is kind of, going towards the side of when an unstoppable force, which is Loud, meets an immobile object, G2 Esports. What happens? It looks like the unstoppable force is going to go through. And Loud actually completely controlled the entire game against G2, who quite honestly, while they were trying and experimenting new things, this game ended up being a very one-sided affair on map number 1, where on Ascent, Loud completely dominated them, and on Breeze is where the actual competition began. While it was the map pick of G2, it was the side of Loud who took control of practically everything in sight on their attack. They were brilliant, got a good half of 8-4. We're going to be starting off talking about this map, which was honestly great fun to watch. A lot of tactical stuff coming here from both the teams. And Loud, who did make a small little bit of a comeback in the first half itself. They went 3 rounds down, but they won 7 rounds in a row to get back straight towards round number 8. Let's start with round number 5. Now here's where you need to notice just 2 things which Loud completely, execute in a way that you wouldn't really see that this was actually made to happen in a way that they thought it through, or was it actually just a coincidence? Now, the one thing about this round is that Avova has already got his ultimate ready. And while he has his ultimate ready, you can also see that G2 Esports currently have everything that they need in terms of weaponry. They've even got Mixwell ready on the Tour de Force. So their setup is pretty much set, which, is kind of a standard for them across the entire map. They didn't really switch it up much. While they've got Nuki and Vova on A, they've got Mixwell and Meta on B, while they let their Sova Hoodie be the free roll towards mid to have a look throughout. And this setup kind of, didn't really work out for the side of G2 as much. You're going to see why. Let's have a look at where exactly the side of Loud are going to be going. They're giving a straight up A hit. They don't want to mess around here. They want the round, and that's all they care about. They don't want to do something new, and you're going to see why it works out perfectly for them. Now, keep a close eye on Avova, who is going to be taking his ultimate, into proper use. Now, this is where things get very interesting. Avova is going to be activating his ultimate in just about a second, and the Viper wall has gone up from Les, but Les is actually not going with the team. He is going to be going towards mid, a little bit of a late lurk so that the recon doesn't detect him, but the reaction to this is a little confusing from G2 players, because they expected the Viper wall to go down immediately, which doesn't. The ultimate goes up, there is the null command, but the Viper wall doesn't go down because he is nowhere in the range of where Avova's ult is functioning. So because of this, the Viper wall remains up. Sada gets into sight, and even though there is a kill coming in from Avova, who was practically playing in a one-and-done position, in instant 4v3. And the last 3 remaining players on G2, while they are coming in for this retake, the site is completely in their control, and what they should expect is maybe a lurk coming in from Les, because he was not detected. The wall was up, which means he was nowhere near the site. And now once they come in over here, that knife from Sadak gives them information about the 2 players on the back of site. They could expect a third to be them. They've even got players situated in interesting positions. One's coming in from mid, one's already here onto, the cubby, and the only thing that they wait for now is the Viper wall to go up and go down again, and that's when they pounce again. The flash comes through from Sadak. He goes in, gets a beautiful 4K here, while his teammates distract the opponents for him, and he's able to clutch out the round. A beautiful execution from Loud, and this is something that you guys need to keep in mind, because the way Loud have been constantly attacking G2 in variations of ways, this is just one of the ways that Loud think around their approaches towards every site. They've got mad executes. They've got absolutely well thought out, well executed, practiced, set in stone kind of strategies that work out very well against teams like G2, who are very disciplined and actually have a little difficulty in adaptability and adjusting to their teammates throwing in a curveball with aggressive pushes like these, but with a controlled aspect of the smoke, which worked out perfectly, and Avova's ult ended up being useless. Now the next round we're going to be talking about is the very next one that was played, round number 6, where G2 Esports kind of stumbled upon their own feet, and with just 2 kills, the round was over right then and there. And you're going to see why, because you've got 2 players who are going to be the cause of this fall, and that is the 2 players on the A side, Avova and Nuki, who've got pretty much everything that they need. They've got a Phantom, they've got utility, they've even got the operator on Nuki, who is going to be posted towards mid. But here's where Nuki kind of, and Avova as well, overextended a bit. And I don't know why exactly, but the support didn't even come through for Nuki, expecting that, okay, he's peeking towards mid, so the recon is unnecessary. That's exactly why Hoodie doesn't actually launch his recon towards mid, and Nuki is going to be caught off guard in just about a second. He's worried that somebody's going to push in, but he does not spot anybody, so he's looking towards elbow, and now is a moment of confusion. He doesn't know where any player is. They don't know that there's towards A main any sort of push until the ultimate orb is going to be taken. But Nuki extends a little too comfortably towards mid position, scopes a little too late, wide swings, and of course Pankata is going to be punishing that. Now the ultimate orb is being taken here towards A main, and Avova, for some odd reason, I don't know why, he just decides to dry peek here. For information, I get it, but you've got utility to do so as well. You've got a knife which will give you all the information you need, as well as take your opponent's abilities down for a couple of seconds. He just chooses to go for a solo peek out there, and as soon as he's been spotted and even taken out to less than half HP, he doesn't even rotate. He throws in the grenade to stop them from pushing in, but he's still in this corner. While the drone comes in and he breaks it, I don't know why Avova doesn't choose to go behind the wall, play a little safe, wait for his teammates to come in and support him, and eventually Aspas is not going to let this opportunity go. That's it. The side has been taken, utility uses to its maximum potential, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, the save call has already been made. G2 are going to be going back. It's a 5v3. There's no way they're getting back into this side. And Mixwell and Meta are already gone. And Hoodie follows suit. And at this point, you really can't do anything. You can't even go pick up the operator, which I'm pretty sure Mixwell thought about. But because Pankata was lurking towards lower mid, he cannot even think about going for it. They will lose Mixwell. And the side of Loud will lose one of their players as well. But they don't care. They've got economy. They've got players alive, 4 of them at the end of this round, which, just gives a little bit more stronghold to them, that they've got the confidence to go ahead and find whatever they need. Mixwell will go down through the wall. There's no way he's escaping that region. And with that, the 3rd round for Loud came in, which was going to be the 2nd in a cascade of 7 rounds. Now that we come to the defense of Loud, they've already gone further up to get a nice hefty chunk of a lead. But G2 did make a small little comeback happen. They came up to 9-11, and the score eventually does go up to 12-11, and G2 fighting off for overtime. But this round just shows how good Loud are no matter what the situation, and their adaptability is amazing. And why, you're going to be seeing because of their utility, because of their weaponry, and the way they do not give any damns about what their opponent has. They've got everything here. G2 Esports have utility to the max, weaponry and armor to the max, an operator on Mixwell, and with just a bulldog, a player with a couple of knives and pistols, Loud end up winning this round as well. And you're going to see why. There is a B hit coming in, right? But it's immediately discouraged from the side of G2 because of this one knife that Sadak throws in from mid, and 4 players of G2 are detected here. Immediately, the smoke goes up. You can see the reaction of the players. They're rotating. Look at the amount of aggression that has been taken in from the side of Loud towards mid, even though they have just pistols. They've got one player with knives holding off the mid, lurk if anybody's there, which Mixwell usually does. But this is just I don't know, uncanny. I don't know what exactly you would call it. But on an eco, if you have this much ground to play with and your team is already responding to a rotation so early on, they have confidence for ages here. While you've got Nuki looking in towards the B side, expecting somebody to come in, they're making their slow little rotation here towards A from the spawn. And our man Aspers here can't really hear this, but what he does instead is take out this trademark which he sees from all the way here. Now, immediately when that happens, G2 players stop in their track right there. And now they know that mid is being taken down by the players of Loud. So they send out a drone for information. They have Vova just crawl in towards A main. They spot both the players here who are being overly aggressive. And this is where G2 know that they need to hit A. They've seen the Viper wall, they've seen the KO as well as the Jet, and they would expect another player to be there. This is a gamble, but immediately Loud rotate back. And here's where things go awry for G2. They have everything that they need. Look at this. They've got the wall which goes up. They've got even this, the poison orb that comes through. But Sassy makes his way to the side. He's also been spotted twice, mind you, ladies and gentlemen. And the wall comes down. And now Avova goes in for the fight. But this is where everything goes awry. Sadak, who is the player right behind here, coming in for the support of Sassy, all he has in this value of this round is this one flash, and that literally wins them the round. You're gonna see why. The flash comes through from Sadak as well as Avova. Avova goes straight for it. He tries to fight, but because of that one flash, which was supposed to allow the kill onto Sassy, Avova goes down, and the flash that came in from Sadak here actually blinded Hoodie, who was supposed to double peek with Avova. So that double peek does not come through because the flash goes in and Sassy gets 1v1s for free. He makes sure he wins those, and at the same time, he's got support in the form of Aspas. Aspas is flying in the air. He's got a double updraft on the back of site so that he can cover up for his teammate here and here, so that they focus on him. And Sassy can do what he can the best with the Bulldog. One weapon, that is it, and a couple of knives. They completely wreak havoc on the G2 players, because G2 players who are left, which is Meadow, Nuki and Mixwell, are now worried. Not even Nuki. Nuki's on mid right now. He's still covering up for something towards mid, maybe a lurk to come through, expecting it. Nothing's there for him. All the players of Loud that care about is the A site. And this up and down dynamic, the high and low dynamic, which both these players, Sassy and Aspas, have set up thanks to the double updraft, has put them off. Aspas gets that kill, and because Mixwell doesn't know that Pencada's on site, he gets another free kill, baiting him out, and Aspas finishes up the round, getting a very lately rotating Nuki from mid for match point to come up. And the final round we're going to be talking about of this game is the final round of this game. Round number 24, which is where Loud completely shut everything down from G2. No more comebacks happening whatsoever. No overtimes. They knew they had to get this. And it all comes even though they've got a semi-buy of sorts, where they have desperately bought in a Spectre onto Pencada. They've got Guardian. They've got a Guardian on Aspis and half armor across 3 players, and they are merely going to be playing this off of their utilities. And honestly, they're pure aim, because this Guardian, ladies and gentlemen, wins them the game. Aspas is an absolute madman who just knows how to work any weapon. And honestly, this Guardian has been singing songs for them even from the previous game where they defeated Liquid. And if you guys haven't watched that, watch my previous video, you're going to see why this Guardian is so good for Loud. Now, Loud are going to be shifting up their setup in the final round. They've got their KO playing on B. Sadak is ready with the ultimate as well. They've even got the Viper Spit on Les, as well as the Hunter's Fury, whereas nobody from G2 has got their ultimates. And this also plays as a very vital role for the side of Loud to win this round. Now, immediately there is a mid aggression that comes in from the side of Loud. They let their player, which is Aspas, go in towards mid, but because of this recon that comes in, Aspas is immediately discouraged, and they know that G2 is trying to hit mid. So what happens here? The drone goes out from the man in mid. He detects one, and immediately his Hunter's Fury pops out to try and get a kill to relieve the pressure that's happening on mid, because G2 will instead keep pushing in. He does get one tag, and that's about it, but they know that, this mid push is going to be stopped. And now G2 have practically no control except for this region here. They can expect a push to come in from here, from mid as well, and they're just, bottled up here, while the A side they know has been taken over by the Viper, so they cannot go there. And this just is G2 being boxed up, and they're just, very patiently waiting for information which is not given to them at all. Mixwell is trying to spam through the mid doors to see if somebody's handing close by so that Nuki can maybe walk in, but nothing of the sort is going to come in. They're going to be playing passive this round. The shift up from the pace of Loud is brilliant. Hoodie goes in, and while all of this is happening, you can see that there are 3 players huddled up here, while both the players of G2 who are, the star quality fraggers, Nuki is alone going into A for some reason, which I didn't understand, because he could have been helping out his team going in from mid, which eventually does happen. But by the time it happens, it's a little too late, and you're going to see why. They try to exchange information. They're being stopped by Sadak's grenade. Knives go across both sides, and that's exactly what stops the push from, the attack as well. They come up towards mid, and Aspas, who just repositions, goes back again on the ledge and finds the kill onto Nuki. At the same time, the man Mixwell is a little far off the angle because he's covering this way, and that trade potential doesn't come in because he immediately hides behind the pillar, and so comes another trade. While the ultimate of Sadak was activated, even though he falls, it is the most important thing in this round. Aspas has already found Avova towards main, but Sadak is still alive. Semi-alive of sorts. He's on the ground, but because his ultimate is active, nobody is able to use any of the utility. So nothing coming in from the Viper, nothing coming in from Hoodie either. No wall, no cover, and that allows Sassy to come in just about in time. And because Hoodie wants to use his utility, wants Meadow to use his utility, he goes for the kill onto Sadak, but Sassy utilizes that as a bait, gets the kill, and it's a 3v2. And while Hoodie takes down Sadak, eventually goes down and utility comes back online, this is a 3v2, and the one good thing that Sassy does is go back, retreat, and play for a 3v2. They let them take the plant, they don't care about it, and this is where G2 make a very, very, well, I want to say a very, sad mistake, because the one player who's on site, that is Meadow, has spotted the Sova jumping down from here. But what he doesn't know is that there's another player here giving him cover, but he's not been spotted. Now, Mixwell, I don't know who made this call, what this call was, but they told Meadow to start pushing up towards towards tunnel. And there's also a lurk coming on behind. There's a backstab, which is going to be the final blow of this game. Now, while this is being done, I'm pretty sure that this call is being made from the team so that they can push Sassy towards elbow, and Mixwell can find that kill. But Mixwell is playing a little too passive. He wants that kill. He wants Sassy to come to him, but that's not going to happen because Sassy holds his ground because he knows that there is a support right here. They need this crossfire setup. If he goes here, that crossfire is as useless as anything on this map. And because he holds his ground, he gets rewarded for it by himself. He doesn't even need to go back towards elbow. The kill comes through, and Meadow is caught off guard. There's no way he's winning that fight completely out in the open. And Mixwell has heard the backstab coming in, but it's a little too late. And the kill comes through. Les finds it, and Loud have caused a huge upset by taking out G2 Esports. I wouldn't even call it an upset at this point. I would say that this is a team who knows their stuff damn well, who are one of the biggest forces in the world right now, have taken down one of the biggest contenders from the EMEA, and Loud are probably, hopefully, heading to the grand finals.